Alright everyone, so we have another package here. Change out the oil in my dad's bike and then change out the oil in the parts bike here. Both the carburetors have been cleaned now. We were going to try out a different, it was a VM38 carburetor we tried it on my bike and the throttle cable was too short. The amount of cable that actually comes out of the housing there's just not enough there. And then the same story with my dad's bike as well. His was actually a little bit shorter, and mine, I mean, it was pretty close to being to the point where it would be runnable, but it was just like crazy high idle. The slide wouldn't close all the way in the carburetor, so it was, you know, idling pretty high. But both carburetors have been rebuilt at this point. This one, the floats are still kind of sticky in it. You can see there's some fuel sitting down there. But anyway, we got another package in here today, and I'm gonna open it up and see what we got. Alright, so I mean, I already opened it a little bit, but I got that in there tight. What like a white guy. Alright. This, I don't know if this one is supposed to be new old stock or just remanufactured or what. It was something we got off of eBay. Kind of weird packaging here. I don't have my knife on me. Dang it. Keep doing these little unboxing things without my knife. And this eBay freaking tape here is like crazy. Alright, got it. So, there we go. Okay, so we got the sprocket cover on here now. I did have a 10mm bolt that was correct diameter and thread pitch and everything for this back one that has the spacer basically, you know, built or cast into the sprocket cover itself. Then I just reused the 10mm bolt spacer that was already in here on the casing, and I just had a screw lying around from the RT180's flywheel cover that I used on the bottom here. It was correct thread diameter, all that stuff for this, but I will be going to a local hardware store and picking up some screws that are the correct length, diameter, thread pitch, all that good stuff to be putting in here, because I'm sure that's what they originally probably had in these, and may also end up painting the sprocket cover at some point in time. I do want to get this engine cleaned up, possibly repaint it and stuff, because we got some paint flaking and stuff like that on here. Alright, so started to try to take this tire off here, and it was just not freaking happening. It did not want to do it. I mean, I got my tire iron, I've got bead breaker there, I've got that pry bar there, and that old tire was just really hard to get off, and I started marring up the rim a little bit, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to screw these rims up very bad. So ended up just biting the bullet, and my dad and I went to a local motorcycle shop. They, you know, obviously have a good tire changer, and swapped it out, $32 after taxes and everything. So while they were doing that, my dad and I went and checked out another motorcycle at a different shop, and that shop had these handlebars there, $40. That's about what they'd cost online to get them, and you know, didn't have to wait for shipping or anything. So went ahead and got some new bars. They're a little bit longer, but yeah, let's throw this tire back on here and work on that handlebar. Alright, so I just decided to let my phone charge up for a little bit, but new tire is back on there, and yeah, spinning pretty good. Adjusted the front brake cable a little bit. It's kind of tight, but still stopping good. So, and I threw some assembly lube on that axle bolt, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, she's spinning pretty good now. But anyway, gonna go ahead and start on these handlebars and get this knocked out. Let's go. Alright, so I need to turn this music off before I get a copyright strike. Anyway, so I started putting like this throttle housing and grips and some other stuff back on these new bars, and I got a little bit OCD, and that twist and that is. I'm gonna sit you guys down for a second. Okay, that's a little bit sprayer, but yeah, so I got a little bit OCD seeing all these new parts with all these old parts, and yeah, I started making old parts look like new parts again. Still gonna clean up that brass tensioner for the clutch cable and stuff, but you can see I went a little bit crazy. Hold on. All right, well, let me just show you. I already turned the fan off and stuff. These lights back on here. Oh, now that light wants to work. What the heck? Anyway, yeah, so I repainted these probably aren't even the original ones. I'm gonna pretend that they are, and then I did a good thing here. But all the bar mounts and stuff, painted those up. I'm going to assume those are the original bar mounts and everything. Probably not, but for the sake of restoration and stuff, anyway, yeah. This one is the front brake lever that was broken. I went ahead and ground that down, kind of rounded it off, and made it look like it was just a shorty lever from the get-go. So yeah, that looks pretty nice now. But yeah, I guess I got a little bit OCD once I started putting these kind of crappy looking, you know, a little bit rusted and paint chipped bar mounts and stuff for like the clutch lever and brake lever on there. I got a little bit OCD, I guess, and I didn't like seeing those crusty old parts on the new bars. So yeah, it's gonna look good now. At least everything to do with the bar is, aside from like these cables and stuff, but I can actually clean this up fairly well, aside from like the scratches and stuff like that. That'll clean all up. Probably do a little bit of sanding and stuff on this tensioner here for the brake cable, just to make it look good too. And then I will most likely be bothered next by the pitting, rusting, corrosion that's going on the forks here and the triple tree. But yeah, I don't know, I may end up like sanding that down and painting it, or at least clear coating it as well, making that look a little bit better. Trying to take care of that rust that's happening there, which just wiped away, so it's just surface rust. Cool. And that side has a cap. That one does not. What the heck? Anyway, yep. I'm going to stop the video for me here. For you guys, I'll see you probably in like 1 second or something. So, see in a second. Yeah, everything is looking really good here now. No complaints really. I'll probably get a new kill switch for it at some point in time. But yeah, not really a big issue here. It's still rideable. I've rode it a few times now with this snap throttle, and snap throttle is actually pretty nice. It's kind of scary on a two-stroke, to be honest, but it's nice not having to twist your wrist back that much to get more throttle output out of it. But anyway, yeah, so everything is looking freaking really good here. Kind of wish I would have chromed out those bolts there, but whatever. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I did actually take the floats out of the new carb that we got and tried out on this bike, and yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what the problem was with the overflow, constantly leaking all the time. I came here after work today, and there was a pretty good sized puddle of fuel underneath this thing, and yeah, I just took the floats and actually the whole bowl there from the other carb and swapped it onto this one, and also the float lever, float pin, all that stuff, just swapped it into this new carb, and not having any leaking issues now. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for this video, and I'll see you all later. Peace.